Hey everybody! Today we got a 1988 BMW R100RT. Some people say this is the best of both worlds, the boxer motor with all the fun stuff that they found later on the K models. This does have the monoshock suspension, the full touring luggage, including the top case on the back. This bike is so original it even comes with the original BMW battery charger. Bought off the original owner just now. He's one of my customers. We've been coming into my shop for a long time. Complaints? Well, those are very old Metzlers on the bike, so whoever buys this bike is going to want to put new rubber on it right quick in a hurry. Very, very cool bike. Super fun to ride. If you want a classic BMW, this is the one, but it's got all the features. The adjustable windshield is excellent. It gives fantastic protection. The seat is really nice. I mean, really nice. Bike's easy to start. Fuel taps, turn them on. Pull the choke on. Just like that. There you go. And give it a couple of seconds to warm up. Now this does shut the headlights off, so if you turn that down, that will shut the headlights off. Clock works great. Everything in this bike is absolutely fine. The battery in it's probably 6 months old. It does start the bike with no trouble. I do use it Optimate when I'm not going to be riding it for a couple of weeks, so that's going to be a good recommendation for you. At this point, we should be good enough to come off the choke. And away we go. Now what surprises me is over the years, motorcycles have gotten to be a lot bigger. And this motorcycle, in its day, R100RT, 1000 cc's, this was a very, very big motorcycle. And by today's standards, though, it's not that big of a motorcycle. In fact, I'm 6'1", I'm about 200 pounds, and this bike feels kind of small underneath me. Compared to modern GSs, compared to Africa Twins and stuff like that, this bike actually does feel kind of small. It's a very, very, very pleasant to ride bike. It's a very easy to ride bike. You can tell it was engineered to just eat up the miles. The windshield is fantastic. It is adjustable, mechanically, manually adjustable. So I put this little deflector up here on the top just to kick a little more air over my helmet so I don't get any buffeting at highway speeds. The bike itself, all the controls are where you'd expect them to be. High beams under left thumb, horn. It's on the top, not on the bottom. It has 2 car horns, which is also kind of funny. The choke's right here. It's easy to get to. Throttle controls over the top. Master fluid reservoir. Everything on this machine is very, very typical what you'd expect it to be. BMW put the extra switches on here for the fog lights and the heated grips. There are not on this bike, so if you want to add them, there you go. 2 storage compartments here in the front of the fairing. You have 2 very generous removable side bags. They're quick disconnect, super easy. And then the previous owner decided he wanted to do this small little tail box, which is extremely handy without being too big on the back of the vehicle. I've always loved the way these bikes looks. I think that the R100 RT is just super fantastic looking. I think it's really got the charisma that a lot of motorcycles from 1988 didn't have. It's classy, and it's also extremely capable. Just a really fun bike. The bike itself, as far as its maintenance goes, this original owner is one of my customers, and he did buy the bike brand new. So he's been responsible for all the maintenance. You're going to get an envelope full of receipts, including the original purchase order from 1988 when he bought it. That's really cool. The could not have been owned by a nicer guy, and he was very careful about his maintenance. He's a multi-motorcycle owner. He's retired, and he did take excellent care of this bike. I can tell you from my experience, having been the guy to work on this bike for the past several years, a lot of stuff that we did to BMW's, which was going to be deleting some of the emission systems. He refused to do that. He insisted on having all of it replaced, factory parts for factory parts. So this bike is the most original R100RT that you're going to find. It is, every part that's been put in this thing has been a BMW part. He's just a real good customer, and he takes really good care of his bikes. So really a great option. An opportunity for somebody who wants a classic BMW to get one, and to get one that's just been beautifully maintained its whole life. Now, this bike is running on non-ethanol fuel. We do strongly recommend that. Carburetors and all. Don't run ethanol fuel unless you absolutely positively have to. Let's see, the clutch on this is really easy, 2-finger setup. It's a really easy bike to ride. The comfort, the simplicity of the whole thing. If you want to own a historical bike, if you want to have a retro bike, but still want that touring bike in your stable, this is a really good way to do it. It really does hit a lot of the notes. It's a super, super pleasant bike to ride. And because it is the R100, yeah, you can get any part that you might ever need for this bike, and you'll be able to get them for a really long time. They really do support this bike well. It's a simple bike to do maintenance on. Don't be frightened of the carburetors. They're actually very, very simple. Valve adjustments on this bike are super easy. Everything's right where you need to be. This is a really easy bike for somebody to own. Even somebody that doesn't fancy themselves as being a mechanic. You might be a little nervous about getting into a bike that's from 1988. I say there's absolutely no reason to. This bike is super easy. This is really, this is nice. Touring, 80 miles an hour. It's very, very comfortable. There's not a lot of wind buffeting. The bike is stable. It's where you point it. Really no complaints about that. Just a fun bike to own. And if you're looking for a bike that you can do some touring on, yeah, this is a great one to do it on. Classic tour, classic European touring bike. I've got a whole lot of motorcycles in my collection, and this is one that's just a joy to ride. It's fun to take out. It's predictable. It's always going to deliver exactly what you expect of it. It has that panache of being an old German motorcycle. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So really dig it. Hope you've gotten any questions you might have answered about this video. Everything is as you see it. There's nothing on here. Really no surprises with this particular motorcycle. Really enjoy it. A great bike to own. And if you've never had an old BMW Airhead before, this is a really great way to get into it. Getting all the bells and whistles on a bike that is still just a very simple, very reliable machine. Now, if you guys have any questions about the bike, you can get in touch with me. You shoot me an email, phil@clevelandmoto.com. You can go to our website, clevelandmoto.com, and you'll see all the bikes we have for sale there. As far as the title goes, it's got a clean Ohio title. It's ready to rock and roll. And if you purchase from our shop, we'll be able to give you a temporary tag, get you 45 days while your title clears. We do ship anywhere in America, so your location's not a problem. We'll be make sure to get your bike to you in a fast, friendly, and safe manner. Again, any questions at all, you can give us a call at the shop, Cleveland Moto, or shoot me an email, phil@clevelandmoto.com. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have about this 1988 BMW R100RT. That's it, folks. Ride fast and take chances.